On the phone, we are talking to Emily Browning, the star of the movie Sucker Punch. Emily, good morning.
Good morning.
I've been saying all morning, I'm like, she's going to have an accent, and I'm so excited. I love accents. So
I do. It's funny. I kind of think the Australian accent's kind of awful, but everybody here seems to like it.
Yes. Amazing. Where are you right now? Are you in Australia or are you in L.A.?
No, I'm in New York right now.
Oh, okay.
Kind of just in the middle of some crazy press stuff.
Yeah, it is crazy. This has got to be a big movie for you because obviously it looks good. You know, it's kind of got a little something for everybody. It's getting a ton of press, and you're all over the place. It's not one of those movies where you're in it. It's like the movie is you. You're on the posters. I mean, the whole trailer's about you. It's kind of your movie. It's got to be different than a lot of the stuff you've done.
It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest. I've never been in this position before, but it's exciting because I love the movie a lot, so it's very cool. Very cool.
The movie Sucker Punch, in it you play Babydoll. Tell people kind of a little bit, if they haven't seen the trailer or if they don't understand it, tell people what the movie's about and who Babydoll is.
Okay, so essentially, the movie is an action. It's an action film, an action kind of fantasy film. It is about a group of girls who are in an insane asylum. My character is Babydoll, and she's been put into the insane asylum by her stepfather. It's essentially about her kind of rounding up these girls to try and escape the asylum. But instead of it being, you know, sort of a straight narrative, they actually all go into Babydoll's fantasies where they kind of have these battle scenes and I suppose their demons in the asylum are represented in these fantasies as, you know, dragons and Nazi zombie soldiers, and you know, it's interesting and kind of crazy, but I think it's something that you really have to see to fully understand what's going on.
Yeah, I think anytime you say we're in fantasies and there's zombie Nazi soldiers and dragons, I think you kind of have to see it to get it. Doesn't sound like a typical movie. You know, one of those movies with dragons and Nazi zombies.
Yeah, exactly. One of those.
Perfect. And so is this like, I mean, is it a totally different experience for you on the press tour here? And do you think that this being, I mean, obviously you've done stuff in the past and, you know, people have liked your work, but this is going to be a total standout role for you. Do you see your career going crazy after this? I mean, are you getting a lot of calls? Are you getting, you know, new offers for big lead roles? Or is it kind of just the same? It's just a job and you're plugging forward?
I mean, it definitely, you know, things have changed a bit. Obviously, when you have a big film coming out, people, you know, your face is around and people get to see you. But I don't think, you know, I'm going to just be taking on big lead roles after this. I'm really interested in work based on the script and who else is working on it and directors and stuff. So I'm very happy to be doing small roles if they're interesting. I just want to choose my work.
Yeah,
I think
that's cool. Speaking of choosing your work and stuff, we were doing some research on you, and they said one of the rumors that came up was that you got offered Bella in Twilight and you turned it down. Is that true or just a rumor?
It's half rumor. I never got offered the role. I got asked to audition, and I chose not to audition because I was in a place where I sort of wasn't sure at the time if I wanted to keep acting. And so, you know, I wanted to take a little bit of time off. So I didn't audition for it, but it was never an offer.
You're going to be huge. I can tell you that right now, just because you're not one of those people that gets into the business and wants to just take the big roles, you know, and make the money. Anybody that's, you know, in your position that chooses, you know, might get out of acting. I don't want to take the big role. I just want to take stuff that means something to me. Like, I can tell right now that you're going to have a long career in this business. So
thank you very much.
When it happens, just make sure to keep me in mind and say, man,
I will indeed.
He was so nice.
So you predicted it all along.
Yes. And also one thing that's interesting too, I saw you, you know, in the trailers for this movie and I knew exactly who you were, and when I looked you up I realized you look very different in real life than you do in this movie. Is that weird to some people when they say, I'm going to meet Emily Browning, and they picture you with blonde pigtails and you come in with short hair?
Have brought it up. I think it's sort of intentional on my part. I kind of really like to transform myself as much as possible for every role that I do. I don't want anyone to ever, you know, see me publicizing a film and then watch the film and go, oh, that's Emily. You know, I want people to be able to really believe in the character, which obviously is mostly to do with my acting ability. But I think, you know, it's cool if you can look really different as well. But it's funny because so many people, there's like this backhanded compliment that I've been getting all the time recently, like, oh, you look so pretty in the trailers for Sucker Punch. you look nothing like that in real life. I'm like, okay, that's kind of offensive, but thank you.
Like, I don't know how to take that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucker Punch, obviously going to be a big one. It opens this Friday. What else is coming up in the future? Anything else on the horizon? Any projects in the works?
Yeah, well, I went straight onto another film when I finished Sucker Punch, sort of an Australian kind of independent film called Sleeping Beauty. And as of now, I mean, there's a couple of things happening, but nothing that's really set in stone just yet. So, yeah, I'm just, as I said, just trying to pick good things and see how it goes.
When's the movie with you and Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman happening? Isn't that a given that since you're all from Australia, you have to be in a movie together?
Hopefully, eventually that will happen.
Excellent. Well, we'll wait for it, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again in the future when you got something else coming up. Emily Browning, the star of the movie Sucker Punch. It opens Friday, and it looks awesome. Emily, you've been great this morning. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.